Today, I'm launching the Boardroom in 15 podcast, designed and recorded by Axom, a company that I founded in 2024 to help small businesses grow and represent them in a corporate manner or at a corporate scale at a reasonable cost. The premise of the Boardroom in 15 podcast is to offer an immense amount of value, something you might get out of a McKinsey podcast or something you might hear inside a boardroom at a major corporation, at a fraction of the time and the cost that would be associated with those typically. Simply put, there are a lot of different ways that people can grow their businesses, and there are a lot of time-tested and proven strategies that you only get when you research these topics at length, like I have and like the people that I work with have, because it's our job to help people grow their businesses. So that's what we're here for, to provide a concise, compact, and quick strategy, marketing, and consulting experience in less than 15 minutes. A bit about me. My name's Ian Feeney. I was born and raised in Lexington, Kentucky. I received my bachelor's in political science from Berea College. I graduated summa cum laude. I am still working on my master's in business administration at American Public University. Since 2020, when I first started freelancing as a consultant, I have worked with more than 40 businesses, from small musicians to brand new restaurants that we have opened, installed technology for, built websites for, and filmed and photographed social media content for, while posting and advertising at scale. The reason that I got into business in the first place was because during the pandemic, I saw a lot of small businesses, particularly restaurants, experience a downturn in revenue. And it was really sad to see. You go into your favorite restaurant and you're the only one there, and you think to yourself, is this business coming to an end? My family has a lot of small business owners, including my mom. I watched my mom grow and struggle to own a business my entire life. That same business has supported my family for the last 25 years, allowed me to play competitive soccer growing up, and allowed me to have some of the resources that I'm very thankful for, that wouldn't have been possible otherwise. Back to the focus of this podcast, which is that there are time-tested and proven strategies that business owners can use to help grow their business, build credibility with their audience and their customers, and help gain the trust of people that they serve every single day and deliver more and more value every single time. At the bedrock of the transaction, or the success and lifeblood of a business, is that value generation. Essentially, a business is a transactional exchange where two parties exchange equal commodities of value, one being a fiat currency like the dollar, in exchange for a donut or consulting or fixing your plumbing. In my opinion, in the research that I've done and the studying and the writing that I've done, the most foundational and important part of any business is increasing the value that you provide to your customers as much as possible, while keeping the price as low as possible. This sort of willingness to pay scale was put forward first by Dr. Michael Porter of Harvard, who wrote many essays on competitive advantage, strategy, and competitive responsibility among firms and businesses, and how they can generate long-lasting value in a sustainable and differentiated way over time. And these are some of the conversations that businesses have, that corporations have, while they're in the boardroom. Boardrooms typically consist of 10 to 15, maybe more people conversing about the future of a company. You can think about Best Buy in the early 2010s, where the revenue was experiencing a major downturn because they were losing to online players. What were some of the conversations that Hubert Joly might have had as he was trying to redirect and navigate Best Buy into a profitable company again? For example, the Magnolia Home Theater initiative was created by Hubert Joly as a way to give people a reason to shop in store because Best Buy was losing online. Now, of course, Best Buy has a robust online experience, and they've kind of revolutionized that online shopping experience for a predominantly in-person retailer. But introducing that Magnolia Home Theater experience in every Best Buy store really gave customers a reason to go. It added a competitive advantage that other retailers probably weren't able to replicate immediately or with any reliable ease. And that kind of turned around that business and how people perceived Best Buy moving into like 2020. During COVID, Best Buy was doing great. So in a short amount of time, Best Buy went from almost bankrupt to a major technology retailer, powerhouse of technology. Uh, so every week on this podcast, we might do two a week, we might only do one a week. Every week on this podcast, we're going to focus on a particular topic that pertains to small businesses, but has high level implications and topics that might have been discussed in a boardroom at a given time. For example, how does brand resonate with customers and how does it increase customer loyalty? What kind of social media content does better for small business audiences and what kind of reels or TikToks perform higher in comparison to other types of short form or long form content? What kind of website branding, aesthetics, and usability converts well from an SEO perspective? And what kind of aesthetics, branding, and utility converts potential customers into buyers on your website? These are the kind of topics that are going to be discussed on this podcast. And I really, really hope that you guys will tune in to learn more about small business management and in particular, how to grow your small business reliably using time-tested and proven strategies. What we think you guys will gain from this podcast is clear thinking on branding, social media, and trust, practical identity frameworks, as in brand identity, your online identity, your digital identity, and how your brand assets all incorporate into one cohesive framework that your customer can interact with. And short, focused insights for small business owners to glean from this podcast and then apply those to their small business or work with a team to do so. If you guys follow us on Instagram at Axom USA, you'll be able to see some of the statistical insights that we've been releasing about building trust and credibility with your customer, about the power of digital conversion, and how people purchase on websites. Building a strong brand identity does help convert clients at a much higher rate because it builds immediate trust and credibility. Most people do not want to buy from a brand that looks like crap. That is the simple reality of branding. And there's a reason that corporations have beautiful, stunning branding that is almost always perfect. I've seen even medium-sized businesses with 500 plus employees have PNGs on their website that are diluted, low resolution, and look like crap. This, for me, is a signal that the business doesn't care about its digital identity and ultimately probably doesn't provide the best possible product to its customers, even if it is just a logo. Again, my name's Ian. This is the Boardroom in 15 podcast by Axom, and we will see you next time. A final topic that I did want to bring up before we hopped off was the power of branding to build trust with your customer in a way that helps you charge more for your products. If your competitor has a really, really weak, poorly made website that looks like it was done in Canva, they're not going to be able to convey the same brand credibility and trust that you will be able to, whether you're a restaurant or a plumber. There are so many different verticals, but the one cohesive thing that ties in the best with the best is that they have the best brand assets, the best website, the best social media, and they have the best product. I think there's a correlation between the quality of the product that a company puts forward and the intentionality they use when designing their brand, their company, and their interactions with customers, both in person and online. So this podcast will be a way for small business owners to learn more about how to do that and use some of the tools that we use to leverage our brand in their own small business. As a last quick reminder, we are filming this podcast on a professional camera. We use Canon mirrorless technology to film. We are filming this on a professional microphone. And if you want a professional podcasting setup for yourself, or you would like to hire us to help manage your podcast, that is something that we do. We love to provide business owners and entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and creatives with the platform to represent themselves in the best way possible. Because ultimately, that's how you win in life, is by representing yourself in the best way possible and being your best self and putting your best self forward at all times. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week.